now it's time for plane shots with Nate.
You might be wondering why I'm sitting on the ground on the runway at the start of this video, and that's because we have a very smart, I want to say AI controlled, because everybody abuses that now. It's just a stabilized GPS system. And to get it paired up properly, Abby read through the instructions. And in order to get a solid light on the front of the airplane, that means our GPS is locked on the FMS Ranger 850. This is a small but ready to fly trainer heavy airplane with, yes, I said it, a GPS system on board. It means this plane, when in GPS mode, can't fly too far away. At 120 meters, it will automatically hit that fake wall, turn around and fly back. Also, it has a return to home function with the press of a button. If you panic at any direction or any distance, you can press a button and it will fly back to where it took off, basically, and circle above you. It also has different flight modes that you can progress into to learn to fly without those assisted modes. So essentially, this is an airplane that's designed to teach anybody how to fly, and we want to put it to the test today and see how it does. So let's get up off our bums and put this in the air and see how it does. In the beginning of this video, you guys may have heard a beeping. That beep happens once a minute out of the radio to let you know, hey, a minute has passed. It helps you keep track of your time. Man, that makes the runway look rough, doesn't it? Do you guys like that beep or do you hate that beep? Remember,
let us know in the comments.
Let us know and leave a like for a maiden flight. Let's go. Oh, there goes my battery hatch. Okay, that's all right. It's held on with magnets. I think it needs stronger magnets. So I'm just cruising right now at maybe half throttle and letting it kind of do its thing, get a feel for it. It wants to climb even at half throttle, so I'll ease off on the juice some. Remember, it's a trainer plane in GPS mode and we have safe equivalency on. So if I try to push the wing all the way over, it will not let the plane go upside down in this mode. Again, that's equivalency of safe. Boy, it's liking to climb, but I think that's why. It just wanted to climb to that altitude by itself. So that's really cool, actually. It wasn't throttle, it was just trying to get to a good beginner level height. Let's see, it should auto level right here. At least it did over there. I don't know, maybe. Okay, we're gonna test a few things. First, because it's flying well, I wanna fly out and I wanna hit that 120 meters. It might be farther than I realized, but maybe not.
Maybe not fly it over the pond that's out there. Why don't you turn and fly over,
okay.
You know.
Well, there we go. Let's see.
The runway?
Was that it? That might have been the distance. We're gonna get it a little closer to us. It does feel a little bit tail heavy, this airplane, so some added nose weight would probably benefit this airplane pretty big, but we're just gonna let it fly out here. I'm just curious to see if it can actually hit that wall, right? 120 meters is pretty far, but that's also good. You don't want it to hit that wall too super close. Hit it, baby. Starting to lose orientation. Okay, we're not gonna go any farther than that.
Oh my God.
That was me, so I did the turn back. I'm gonna press the button and see if the GPS mode will work when we get back here. Now guys, the reason I'm so heavily focused right now on the GPS modes is because the plane is flying pretty good other than it wanting to climb, and that could just be me needing to trim it, and I can do that. It just wants to climb. Okay, so let's test. Let's go about out here and hit the button. Because this has a GPS, I just want to try the GPS modes, right? That's the heavy focus for me. So we have a headwind, obviously it's kiting some, but we're gonna press the button, short press. Okay, so it definitely got a mind of its own. I'm not doing any of this since that double beep you heard. And I'm gonna ease off on the throttle some. The idea is...
Well, when you touch something, it cancels.
Okay.
That's what I understood from the direction. The second you put input into your transmitter, it cancels it.
I'm not touching anything. It's supposed to fly back to me.
Well, it climbed and then
it's supposed
turned.
to circle around, but it's not. So I'm bringing it back. Who knows? I don't think the GPS on this is anything to brag about, but the safe style of flight stabilization seems to be working really well. I will give it that. And it's a nice small lightweight aircraft, so that's good. And I also like that it is a scale looking plane, right? It's a Cessna style plane. I like that a lot. The pinstripes and decals on the airplane make it very easy to see orientation. And it has lights, So it has a lot going for it. It is flying on a 2S battery though, and it's so lightweight that even in a light breeze, it kind of struggles to fight that wind. It just wants to climb in the wind, which really beginners shouldn't be flying in wind anyway. So if you pick a calm day, it's going to fly really well for you. Now it has different flight modes. We have AS3X equivalency. So if I flip the switch out of GPS mode all the way up into that mode, let's do a little higher in case it gets a mind of its own. We should just have a little bit of stabilization assistance so that if we get a gust of wind, it'll help fight that, but we should have more control over the plane, and it does seem like we do. So let's throttle up. See if we can get like a roll. No, that's pretty slow. Let's get a loop. Let's do a loop. There we go. Yeah. So in the intermediate mode, we can pull off some nice maneuvers with this plane. Now, I think it's flying great in this mode. I like this. This is nice. And then there's a mode in the middle switch, which should turn everything off. So we have no assistance at all now, which might also be good too. But on a windy day, to have the assistance is nice. There we go. Can we roll it? I'm gonna really try to roll this thing. There we go. Probably the slowest roll ever.
Let's play everybody's favorite game,
Oh,
Nate.
Man. Okay, good luck.
Will it snap?
Let's build up the speed. Climb it. No, it will not. That was full snap. That was full snap, okay? This plane probably took me about maybe 15 minutes to assemble, just so you guys know. And with these little gusts of wind, see how it's kind of buffing in the air a little bit? Up, down, just a little. I'm going to turn on that AS3X equivalency, which is flight mode up all the way on the switch, and that just kind of smoothens things out just a little bit. So let's talk about this too. We had another one of these. We had our hands on one, and I think the GPS had a major malfunction because it just got a mind of its own and hammered into the ground. And luckily their customer service was awesome and basically no questions asked. They said, you know, did the light status go solid? We said yes. They said, okay, we'll send you another one. So good on FMS for doing the right thing. The problem with companies is when, let's use that helicopter we had, the $700 helicopter as an example, that company tried to bribe us and threaten us to take the video down that we had showing the problem. And they did not want to send any replacement parts or anything. Well, FMS or maybe like Horizon Hobby or someone like that, I think their colors show true when they have good customer service that don't drill you about sending replacement parts or even a replacement airplane. I was surprised they sent a whole plane. I thought they would just send a new GPS unit or something. So good on FMS for doing the right thing. I want to applaud them for that because we've experienced some really bad customer service lately from other companies. So what do you guys think about that? I think FMS in the last maybe 2 years, I'm seeing about maybe 1.5 to 2 years, has really stepped up their game. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they have definitely increased from borderline dynam status, touch and go, to being a really strong competitor, if not getting close to being one of the best airplane brands out there. And then their scale details on planes and ground vehicles are starting to really rock and roll. So kind of excited to see what else they do this year. The Shark Jet, some people had their scratching their, why did they make it look like that? I think they should have leaned into that heavily.
I do too.
Really played into, yeah, this is a Shark Jet. And they should have put the decals on and everything. Or go a completely different direction. So that's just my opinion of that. But I don't think that was a huge fail. I think that was just a risk they took, and good on them for taking risks. Regarding this little guy, you know, it's not a plane necessarily for me, but look how much control I have over this now that it's just in the AS3X equivalency basic flight assistance. I'm enjoying putzing this around and flying it low and slow. I really like planes like that. It's not necessarily a plane for me that I'll use as a daily flyer, but I have had some local friends ask about getting into the hobby lately. And this would, with confidence, be an airplane that I would hand to them after they've flown like an Aeroscout or something along those lines. There's maybe better first airplanes because I don't really love the GPS on this. So it's flying good out of GPS mode. I like that. I could fly it like this all day, but let's do one more time. back into GPS, full like safe mode, right? And I don't think we're gonna hit that wall because it got really far away, but I do want to fly it away, and I want to hit return to home one more time. Bam, there's return to home, and I'm not gonna touch anything. It's kind of coming back. I'm just gonna hit that button. I want to hold that button. Oh man, look at that. Holding it did that. Why did it do that? Did you see that spiral? Did you see that?
I saw it.
Okay, let's get this thing back.
Holding it, I think, turns off the GPS. You probably shouldn't hold it while it's in the air.
Well, that's why I was 5 mistakes high. So we're back in assisted mode, like safe mode, right? Let's just short press it again. Okay, it throttled up on its own when I pressed that. Is it trying to climb to certain altitude?
Probably.
Before it flies back?
Probably.
I'm just going to not touch anything until it's a tiny dot that I can't see. This is all the airplane. Since that beep is just the minute beep. Still not pushing anything. I think it's going to fly away if I don't push anything.
It's turning. It's turning. Right?
No, it's turning again. We're getting
Wait, is that a bird?
That's a bird. I'm getting the plane. I just don't think
how can you see that?
the GPS on this is anything to brag about. That's it. That's my honest feedback on the GPS of the Ranger. But everything else is functioning and flying really well.
Let's see some landings, Nate.
Yes. Now when you put this in the full beginner mode, that is really nice too. So they did a good job with that. Okay, we are going to do maybe a landing, maybe a touch and go.
My battery's probably gonna die.
Oh really?
No,
Uh-oh. That's why you're rushing me. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, you got a slight.
You didn't tell me it was gonna fly this long.
Well, it's a good flight time, isn't it? Wind picked up a little bit. Let's go. Nice smooth landing. Let's do a touch and go, and then we'll land it the other way. I'm surprised at the flight time on this too. Oh, see that wind? It's a crosswind. It's a crosswind. So let's actually bring it around. My fault, because it's a lightweight airplane, and you really, if you have a breeze to your back, you need to come in under some power.
You stalled it.
So we're going to land it with the nose into the wind. There we go. At that angle. Oh yeah, nice little landing. That's a cool airplane. I like it. It's like one of the smallest Cessna style planes that I own, and it looks good. The scale details are there enough to really look like a bigger airplane, and when you get it up close to you, you're like, wow, that's a tiny airplane. Yeah, overall, that's a pretty good experience. I like the scale looks that they have on here. That's not really necessarily functioning, but the scale details are there. The wheels are nice. You could pop those off if you wanted to hand lunge and belly land. The wing struts are nice because they just snap into place. This thing assembled really quickly. If I was heavily focused on it, I probably, if I was in a race, could have built this in 5 minutes or less, and I really like that. You just plug a few things in here under the wing and then attach the landing gear and the wings. It's a ready to fly setup with a nice hobby grade battery. You have a brushless motor. You definitely have enough power to fight some wind, and it's a nice, just casual, calm flying airplane. If you like scale airplanes and you're looking for a trainer that's pretty budget friendly, honestly, because it just comes with the radio, but it also comes with the charger and the battery, and that goes a long way. I really like that. And you're looking to just kind of up your park flyer game, I think this is pretty much a perfect airplane because it does have that stabilized mode for beginners that won't let it tip over too far, but out of stabilized mode, it flew really well. It's not a stunt plane. You're not doing crazy rolls, but you can learn some loops on this very easily. And again, I like the size and speed of it. This is something that I don't feel like I would have to fly up here where we fly a lot of our stuff. I could take this to a park and fly with confidence, very comfortably, hand launching in the beginner mode. And then I've got big enough landing gears and wheels to set it down in any level of grass. And if I'm lucky enough and I had short enough grass or gravel or something, I could even do ground takeoffs at a park too, especially if you have parking lot access to basically any parking lot. This would be a perfect airplane for. Now we'll have this linked in the description box below. There may or may not be a coupon code there to save a few bucks. I'm not exactly sure if we'll have one in time for this video or not, but I hope to, so at least be sure to check that out. And they have a very good selection of other trainer style airplanes. At the beginning of this flying season, that's kind of the focus here right now. We want to see people try airplanes airplanes for the first time ever, and this would be a good trainer plane to do that. So again, it's linked in the description box below if you want to support our channel and our family. Clicking that link is a great way to do that at no extra cost to you. In fact, hopefully it might save you some money. We had some light gusts of wind, and yeah, this is crazy. Abby and I were just bragging about shorts and t-shirts and tank tops, and now we're bundled back up again. That's nuts. But I'm still grateful for today. It's still a beautiful day that God has blessed us with to get out here and fly this plane and share this experience with you guys. So for him, I'm very thankful. Also, I want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. Guys, if you are into trainer style airplanes, you're looking to just get into the skies for the first time, we'll have a video handpicked just for you popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.